We are truly lucky to again be with Ian Wallace of Chestnut Hill Outdoors. Ian Wallace and his family are 100% responsible for the Dunston chestnut. Along with, your family runs a very robust nursery. This young man has literally grown up in the family orchard and has forgotten more about mass trees, soft and hard, than I'll ever pretend to know. So we're going to use this as a resource. Ian, what are the best planting techniques? If you want, there's really not much more frustrating than running down to the store, picking up some trees, going out, visions of sugar plums dancing through your head because, man, this is going to be awesome. I'm going to put these in, and it says here on the tag, within 2 years, I'm going to have all the, well, geez, 3/4 of them die, and 5 years later, they still haven't produced, the few survivors still haven't produced anything. First off, what type of conditions are we looking for when it comes to planting these trees to stack the odds for our success?
That's a great question. So the first thing that we advise our consumer is to go look at your local climate. Where are you located, and what are the temperatures in your area? The best way to check this out is to go to the USDA plant zone. You can find that online if you Google USDA plant zone.
Yeah, you won't have any problems coming up with a plethora of options on that.
And what we as a nursery take pride in is we only supply areas with trees that are going to do well in your area.
And if you don't mind, let's pause there just for a second. That's something I've seen over and over and over on clients' grounds when I show up. I'll tell you what, there's a reason they have what zones any type of tree thrives in.
Correct.
Match those zones. When you start pushing them, I can't even imagine how frustrating it is to get 5-6 years into this and it's just starting to produce real good, and none of them survived winter.
Exactly.
Matching those zones is critical.
It's critical.
Okay. And then once we got that zone down, what are we looking for soil types? And I know this is a loaded question because every tree is different.
Yep. It's a very loaded question, but what we recommend is go check out the soil on your property. A really easy thing for you to do is to take a soil sample and go to your local ag extension office. You can have them test your soil and they'll tell you exactly what's in it.
And one question I get over and over and over to wrap up on is, do I want bare roots or do I want potted trees? The potted trees have the advantage of, I've got some years on them, whereas the bare roots are generally younger. Everybody goes for the potted. Everybody, just simply because, man, I want to get there. Just briefly, what's the advantages and disadvantages of potted versus bare root?
That's yet another topic that I think could go either way.
Bare root trade-offs and everything in life.
It's just as good as a potted plant.
And actually, in a way, it's the huge advantage of a bare root is 20 years, you don't have that root ball. Mm-hmm. So 20 years from now, those roots are like this, and that tree ain't going nowhere.
Exactly.
Whereas that root ball is a little bit dicier in that situation.
And so the reason that we ship bare root during the spring is because it's coming out of dormancy and the tree is asleep. So you can take it out of its pot and its soil and you can transport it and safely get it to its location. And
it's a lot less stressful.
It's less shipping costs. It's less risky.
Me being a Wisconsin boy, it doesn't make a heck of a lot of sense for me to call you up and say, hey, could you ship me up 4 Dunston chestnuts that are potted? because the shipping costs are going to kill me. But I can go
Astronomical.
ahead and call you up any time of year and ask you, could you send me up 4 bare roots?
Correct.
And that is a reasonable purchase.
And that's the easiest way to receive our trees, the quickest and most efficient.
Beautiful. Thank you very much, my friend.